So I was going to include this story in tomorrow's episode of Movie and TV Talk, also featuring video games now. But I figured, you know what, let's just keep the Once Upon a Time videos their own videos. Unless the news story is like this small, but this isn't that small. It's actually pretty big in terms of at least plot line for season 6. And this was sent to me by Andrew Grieve. Andrew, thank you so much for sending me this article to discuss and check out. It's from Entertainment Weekly, and they did a really nice job with this article and another one, and there are links to those in the video description down below. So what we have is a format for Season 6, and they're going to be breaking the format that we've been used to for Season 3, Season 4, and Season 5, which means there are no longer 11-episode arcs. I believe I even have the quote right here where it says, "This season is going to be different from past." Because it's not going to be Hyde comes to town, we fight him for 10 episodes, and then the winter finale. He dies and we move on. We are changing around what we are doing this year and going back to the season 1 mentality of small stories and smaller arcs. I kind of figured they were going to go in that direction from the end of season 5. It just felt normal. It felt like a regress back to season 1 in a good way and also a bad way. And the reason why I'm saying bad is I'm wondering if they're going back to the season 1 style because they think this is the end of the show. They want to be able to go out with a bang because 1, I think, is their best seasons rating-wise. I think 4A might have trumped that, possibly, but I don't have the ratings in front of me to confirm or deny that. So, they're going back to the season 1 arc with Hyde kind of taking the place of Rumple and the evil queen made from the serum being the evil queen again. So, like I said, now we have a whole 22-episode storyline, which means Sam Witwer's Hyde will be there for quite some time, which I actually really like because I love the character of Hyde. He was awesome. Like, he was really engaging. I really like Sam Witwer's acting here. He was fantastic. So I'm really looking forward to seeing more of him. Now, we also are going to be getting a stronger focus on Regina, but that's because, well, there's 2 of them. So why would we not have a stronger focus on Regina? With season 5, it was highly focused on Emma in the 5A and 5B. She was a Dark Swan, then it was saving her boyfriend. It was just super Jennifer Morrison driven, or super Emma driven, but Jennifer Morrison was essentially the lead actress there. So now it's sort of like Lana Paria's turn to really run the show here. I think it's actually kind of interesting that, in season 4, it was, very focused on Frozen, then 4B was all over the place. But it's interesting to me that for 5 and 6, the 2 main actresses really get an opportunity to shine. This will be a great resume booster for both of them if they want to start pursuing, different careers in the entertainment industry, going into bigger budget films. Actually, I believe one of you said that Lana Priya could be a good voice actress in The Jungle Book, and I completely agree with that. I actually would love to see her in some type of animated work. Jennifer Goodwin got to do Zootopia, so who knows? There's also another quote by Adam Horowitz on the website. And I have to say, I do not like Adam Horowitz that much. I feel that he's kind of pompous, but that's my opinion. I used to follow him on Twitter, but then I just kind of lost interest in him. But his quote was, "This season is providing the opportunity to look at our characters in a different way." I don't know what that means. I truly have absolutely no idea what that means because we already have this great perception of our characters. So why are we going to be looking at them in a different way? We already seen Regina be evil. We've seen Emma be evil. We've seen Regina be good and stay good. We've seen Emma always be good. We've seen Snow White, kill the evil queen's mother. We've seen Charming. He's kind of been pretty static, but I doubt they're really going to change his character up. So I really am wondering what that quote means. Share your thoughts about that in the comments below. So the last part about this is Entertainment Weekly in the second article kind of went through screenshots of what possible stories they could be pursuing this season for the Untold stories. And I have a list of them. I broke them down, and I'm going to just quickly name them. I don't really have that much to discuss except for really 2 of them. So there's Don Quixote, The Water Babies, Gulliver's Travels, 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea, Paul Bunyan, The Three Musketeers, Night of the Holy Grail, and possible cowboy storyline. I believe the cowboy screenshot that they have in the website was from seeing cowboys in the land of the Untold stories. So I've heard of Don Quixote, but I've never read it, so I don't have that much to say about Don Quixote. I've never heard of The Water Babies. I don't know anything about that. Gulliver's Travels, same thing with Don Quixote. So if you've read either Don Quixote or Gulliver's Travels, would you want to see them adapted on the show? And if you've seen The Water Babies, same thing definitely applies. I've read 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea. I like that story a lot. In fact, I feel they could twist that and give us the Atlantean storyline as well, which I would love. They introduced the Atlantean rat snake or the Atlantean viper. I would love to see them, manipulate 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea, so we would also get a Disney movie added to this season as well. I think that would be fantastic. Then another part of this list is we have Paul Bunyan, The Three Musketeers, Knight of the Holy Grail, and I already mentioned the Cowboy. Paul Bunyan, the same thing applies to Don Quixote. I read books, but if you look behind me, they're mostly DVDs on those shelves. There are a few books scattered amongst them, but there's a book right there on the top. But it's mostly movies, so I don't have that many books in my room anyway. I have a lot in my library. But like I said, I've never read Don Quixote. I've never even heard of the Water Babies. I've never read Gulliver's Travels. I've heard of that one. I don't even remember the story of Paul Bunyan. I've read the Three Musketeers, and the cowboy storyline just seems kind of random, just to like throw a cowboy into it. Do a Midwestern, have Charming somehow have a past life connection to a cowboy. I could see Josh Dallas get excited and want to dress up as a cowboy. Knight of the Holy Grail, I think, would be another interesting storyline, but at the same time, they already manipulated the Holy Grail with Camelot, so it would be really weird to see how they would do it again, unless they want to make like a holy chalice that can be summoned when so many people. Hearts are connected. For Sailor Moon fans, that's a direct knockoff, no, not knockoff, but idea from Sailor Moon that I like. If there's enough pure people who are connected, then they can form infinite power. I think that would be a really nice way to maybe end the show. So Knight of the Holy Grail, I think, would be another cool storyline to adapt, but I feel that since they've already done 2 Grails, possibly 3, but we did talk about that other one in the New York library when we were in the season 5 finale, so who knows if we could be getting a new Grail or not. I think the Three Musketeers has a lot of potential. In fact, I think that'd be really fun. I could really see that connecting to Regina, to Emma, Hook, and Charming. Not so much to Regina, but I definitely see it being connected to Hook and Charming for some reason. I just see it working. I think that would be fun. So I would want to see, of the list I have, is 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea and Three Musketeers. Those are the 2 that I think are the most interesting and that can make the show really progress. The whole Evil Queen storyline, I am not a fan of because I have already seen the Evil Queen. Regina's reformed. I don't need to see her again. But at least this time it's not Regina regressing. It's them just having the Evil Queen there to be there as a new villain. Though it would have been nice to get maybe an original villain. But I guess the Once Upon a Time versions of the Evil Queen is relatively original, minus the fact she's based on the Snow White fairy tale. So 22 episode storyline, no more 11 episode arcs. Focus on Regina and providing the opportunity to look at our characters in a different way and lots of untold stories to possibly discuss. Share your thoughts in the comments below, what you guys think about the storyline. Andrew, thank you so much for sending this to me. I'm glad we got to discuss it in this episode here. And we'll talk real soon about Once Upon a Time. Comic-Con's coming up next month, and I'll be covering all the trailers for Once Upon a Time like I did last year. All right, guys. Bye.